Hi, I'm L'Oreal.
And I'm Janine.
And today we're spilling the sauce on
Friendships. Friendships is one of the most important relationships in a woman's life. We all need a good friend.
And we are just so lucky to have each other.
We are.
Aww. So today, let's spill the sauce on friendships. So Jen, what do you think makes a good friendship?
I think a good friendship is two people who are intentional about each other. You know, as women, we get very busy, we have a lot going on, we wear multiple hats, and it's not always easy to make time for each other. But I think if it's a good friendship, you're intentional about making that time and being supportive of each other.
Yeah, for sure. I think intention has to be there. Respect for me, understanding as well.
Yes.
Because I feel like you go through different things individually and collectively, right? So you want to be sure that whatever friendship you have understands that you're going to change. Like, we evolve, we're humans, we evolve. And so having a state of understanding, like with that person that you consider a friend, I think is important as well.
Yeah, and I'm glad you touched on the evolve part, because I feel like as a woman, we go through so many different phases and we rediscover ourselves. And sometimes we have to get to know each other again.
Yeah.
And so in the process of us getting to know ourselves, getting to know each other again, it requires some patience, some gentle love, and some hard conversation sometimes.
Yeah. So speaking of hard conversations,
how about you? Tell us about a time when our friendship was tested.
So we're not going to get into like all of the details
because that's our secret.
That's our secret. But I mean, we're talking about growth and evolving and transitioning, and we are both in a space where we came out of a transition, right? We're moms, we're wives, we're business owners, and we also are on a journey to be like the best version of ourselves.
Definitely.
So
yeah.
I feel like our friendship got tested in the mix of all of that, right? I think it's important when you are intentional about something, there comes times where you're gonna have to like zone in, lock everyone else out, and just focus on your own journey. And I feel like both of us did that almost simultaneously.
Yes.
It was in a time where, you were in a really sensitive space, and I wasn't. That's just the reality of it, right? On this journey. And I mean, it was something so simple, but it kind of got blown up because, again, you were in a transitionary space and I wasn't. So navigating that was a lot.
Yes.
And it was taxing, but it was also really, really heavy. And it was weird too, because like, that's not us.
Right. And I remember during that period, we had several instances where we had to have had those hard conversations. Some really hard conversations that not only taught us about ourselves, but about each other and where we were at on our journey.
Yeah.
But the fundamental thing about it is that we love each other,
right,
and we sincerely and genuinely want to see the best for each other.
Yeah.
And I think that is our saving grace, or that was our saving grace, because it allowed us to see that the journey that that person is on, it's not anything against the other person. It's just that that person is trying to find their own way.
Yeah.
So eventually we were able to see past that
Right.
and just support each other through the transition.
Right.
And I feel like we're actually way better because of that.
For sure.
Yeah.
But like, I want to tap into like that hard part, because I feel like a lot of people are challenged with their friendships and don't always know how to like navigate that to come out on the other side. So I think for me going through it, I had to understand that what impacts me or what I respond to is different than what impacts you, right? Because I remember for me, it was something so or it felt like something so trivial and insignificant. But for you, you received it as a major thing.
Yes.
So I think understanding that as much as we are friends and, and this goes to anyone really, like you're in a friendship, yes, but we're still individuals at the end of the day. And she has her way of doing things. Obviously, I have my way of doing things. So it's maintaining that respect.
Yes.
And as well, that understanding and grace.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're down in it and you're going through the hard, I think it's easy to forget that.
Very, very true. But I'm glad we're past that.
Yes.
And as I said, I think we are way stronger.
Yeah.
We understand each other better. We respect where each other is at.
Right.
And we're supporting each other through it.
Yeah. And I think I have to go back to that intention because if you're not intentional about having the hard conversations, being realistic that we do have a problem, like it's okay for us to have a challenge or a bump in the road, like that's a part of it. We're humans. We're never going to be in a space where everything is perfect, right? So understanding that it's okay for us to be in a challenge, but what do we do to work ourselves out of that? And also, how much does a friendship actually mean
to you?
To want to do that? Because that is hard, having those hard conversations.
Yes. It's actually very draining.
It's draining, and it's a blow too, because you're gonna tell me things, or you told me things that I didn't necessarily want to hear, and of course, vice versa. So you have to, I guess, go into knowing how much this person means to you and how much it's worth putting in the work.
Going through it as well, it's important to accept, accountability, because I feel like,
Say that again for the people in the back.
To the people in the back, accountability is a big thing.
A big part. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's important. It's like having a friend is like having a mirror.
Yeah.
Hold up to yourself. Sometimes your intentions are not, our intentions are never to hurt each other.
Right.
But maybe the way we said it or the way we looked at it may have come across incorrectly. And it's important for us to not take that as an attack.
Yes.
So when we're told, this really hurt my feelings, instead of taking it as an attack, but taking accountability for it and being like, okay, well, I realize this hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it that way, but I am sorry about it. And I feel like when we approach it that way, then we're able to give the grace that is needed in those situations.
Yeah. And can I tell you, the way that we handle that actually helped me to improve how I approach my other relationships, right? And just extending that grace, showcasing that understanding that they may be in a different space than I am, or I may not see it in the same way as they are, but it's okay. Like, it's okay to be in different spaces, but still maintain that respect and that genuine love that, you want to get past it. And so that has actually helped me in my other relationships as well.
And what I'm really proud about us for, we were very intentional. I think at different times we were more intentional than the other. Listen. But I am glad for the intentionality between us, because it holds us accountable to the friendship that we committed to so many years ago.
Yeah, I think that, we are not the poster child for the ideal friendship. Let's just make that disclaimer. But I think because we have navigated so much hard stuff in life, as well as the good stuff as well, I think we've learned so many valuable lessons, and that for me is one of the things that I love most about our friendship, that it's real life lessons that we take and we can apply in other areas of our lives to make us better. So yeah.
And then I can't imagine if we had let that fester.
Right.
The magic.
Well, we kind of let it in a little bit.
A little. A little.
But we made our way back.
But imagine if we had just allowed that to, be it for us.
Yeah.
And think about all the magic that has happened since that.
I mean, we would not be having
this.
Yes.
So absolutely, we did the right thing.
We did it. We have a saucy segment where we're each gonna ask each other questions about the topic. We have no idea what the other person is gonna ask. So unfiltered and in real time. So let's go.
So L'Oreal.
Oh my God.
Well, Leri for me. Do you consider all friends equal?
No.
Expand.
I mean, and that's a good question because not everyone is going to be like your ride or die where you literally go through life together. I think the important thing is to decipher what type of friendship you have and how much you're willing to fight for that friendship and what role that person plays in your life.
I hope I'm sitting in the top level of
Top
friendship.
tip. Others maybe not so much, but. So my saucy question to you, in keeping with yours, have you ever had a friendship that did not last and why?
Woo. Yes, I did have a friendship that did not last, and that is because an incident occurred, and the way that that person handled me, I felt like their intention was to hurt me.
Okay.
And if I can sit back and think that your intention is to hurt me, then our values don't align, and it's a no for me. I'm gonna walk away, and I'll be done forever. So
thank God our values align.
Yes.
We good to go.
Yes.
All right, so that's it.
So how about we cheers to friendship?
Cheers to friendship. So ladies, thank you for getting saucy with us. Join us for another episode dropping soon.